Hey there, how are you? I hope you're having an amazing day because I know that I am. And today we're going down memory lane. It's funny how things happen and then you don't know why they're happening, and then you get confirmation. You're like, oh, that's why that happened. So, welcome to another episode of the Teacher Easy podcast with Catherine Storing. I'm Catherine Storing, and I am excited to be sharing with you today another story. I'm a storyteller. It's what I love to do. And that's my favorite way to teach. So thank you so much for coming on to watch, to listen, and to enjoy this journey with me. So as you know, the Teacher Easy podcast with moi, Catherine Storing, is really has been created for amazing people like you, kingdompreneurs that have amazing gifts and talents and are trying to figure out the best, most authentic way to share their gifts and talents with the world. That's what I had to do, and now I get to share my journey with you. So thank you so much for listening. If you're not subscribed yet, I do not know what you're waiting for. You do not want to miss any of the episodes. They are spontaneous and real as all get out, and really what I wish I had when I got started. Like, to be honest, I wish there was someone that would share their journey and tell me that some days they felt like giving up. So that's what today is all about. If you feel like you want to give up, if you are about to give up, this week's podcast is for you. Are you ready? Okay, let's get started. So last night, and I don't know if you're new to the podcast, and you probably are noticing that there's a little bit of an accent or a thick accent depending on how exposed to accents you are, and that's because I wasn't born or raised here in the United States. It is my home away from home now, but I wasn't born or raised here. So anyways, I moved to the United States in 1995, okay? I was about to turn 19 years old, and life was chaotic and crazy and changing and all kinds of stuff. And if that was not enough, I didn't speak the language, okay? So when I listened to music, before I made the shift that I knew I needed to make in order to learn the language well enough to do the things that I wanted to do, and I'll probably share that on another podcast episode, I was listening to music in Spanish because that was my language. And I am an eternal romantic, okay? I have always loved ballads. I have always loved music about love. I am that person that loves love. You let me know today. Just reply back and let me know if you love love too, because I think just love is amazing. So in 1995, I don't know if you remember this, if you're old enough to remember this, but John Cicada was making his breakthrough into the English-speaking market. So he was huge in Latin America. Like, all Latin America knew who John Cicada was. He was connected to Gloria Estefan and the Sound Machine. I don't know if you remember that. Oh my God, those are the days. Anyway, so he was huge in Spanish, and he was making his debut very soon. So he had this last CD, or actually I think I had the tape. Oh my God, I think I got the tape. Hey Clint, good to see you. Thank you for watching. So I think I had the tape of Amor. So it was called Amor, meaning love, okay? So he did that tape, and oh my God, it was amazing. It was the best. He had the best songs. I believe maybe 99% of them were in Spanish. They were tremendous, awesome songs, okay? 1995. Fast forward, I had to do the math, okay? 24 years later, okay? So he made his crossover album, everything. He was huge, he was great, and then I don't know what happened. He kind of like fizzled out, and I kind of forgot about it. I think all the people forgot about John. I don't know what happened. Last night, minding my own business, okay, doing my thing. I finish my day. I go upstairs to do my routine of relaxing, getting ready for bed, and this song came to mind from that tape, from that CD. So the song came to mind, and I looked it up, and it was like, yes, it was so good. I didn't even know that he won a Grammy for it. I mean, it was that good. So I was like, whatever happened to John Cicada? Like, whatever happened to him? So of course I went to the gram. Where else would I go? I go to the gram. 24 years later, he is still performing. He's about to go on tour, and he looks amazing. He did Look Who's Dancing in Spanish, and he was a good dancer. He's singing, he's dancing, he's performing 24 years later. So I went to YouTube, I found the song, I began to play it. 24 years later, I still know the lyrics. Every lyric of the entire song, I was able to sing with him. Now, what does that have to do with you? Maybe you're like, okay, Catherine, why are you so excited about John Cicada? Why are you so excited about the fact that he's still singing? That song inspired me and got me excited about life 24 years ago. When I looked him up, even though he's not as big as he used to be, he is still touring. He's still singing. He's still doing his thing. And that song brought me back to a place where life was easy. Love was this, and love still is that amazing thing. But when you're young and you haven't really experienced love is just amazing, magical, mystical thing, okay? He took me all the way back, and he has no idea that something that he's doing, he's persistent, he's showing up every single day. He lives in Miami. Of course, if you're Cuban, you live in Miami. Amazing man, great family, great artist, doing his thing. 24 years later, he is inspiring people, and I hope there was a way that I could tell him how much his music meant to me. And it means to me today. Can I just tell you that made me think of people like you and me. We are doing something pretty big. We are putting ourselves out there. We are letting the world know this is who we are. This is what I'm passionate about. And then we're putting ourselves out there day in and day out. Day in and day out, we are putting ourselves out there. And can I just be honest? It takes a minute. Is that okay if I say that? It takes a minute for the fire to catch. It takes a minute for your name to become a household name. It takes a minute for people to recognize your gifting and to see you as awesome as you are. It just takes a minute sometimes. It's like when they say a overnight success, and the person gets really upset because they're like, overnight my foot. What are you talking about overnight? I have been grinding. I have been putting myself out there. I have been knocking on doors so much so that my knuckles are bare. Like, I have been doing this thing for a minute. Do not call my grinding, my success, my dedication, my consistency overnight success, because I worked for that thing. And I know, trust me, I've been at this for a minute. I know that there are days, there are seasons, there are moments in our lives, in our careers, that it is very tempting to say, I'm just going to jump ship. I'm not going to go down with the ship. I'm just getting out, because it gets hard. It gets intense. Can I get an amen from the balcony? It gets intense. And you might, and I want you to acknowledge those moments. I want you to realize that is normal. Everybody and their brother has felt that. I know that I still have those moments, especially when I'm doing something big, especially when I'm putting myself out there in a big way, like as I am promoting and sharing my latest version of my book, the 10-step formula to teach you easy. I'm doing it in a way that I have never done before. What does that mean? Trial and error. What does that mean? I'm a pioneer in the way that I'm doing it. And pioneers pave the way. But how do you pave the way? You have to do all the work. It's harder, okay? Because you've never done it before. You're going to find kinks in the system. You're going to find ways that are not going to work. And you're going to find many, 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 many ways that don't work. But I want to encourage you today. I want to encourage my younger self, the people out there that are doing the thing that they have been called to do, using their gifts and talents in a way that God has called them to do, and they're feeling like, Catherine, I'm on the end of the road. I really don't know what else to do. My name is not catching on fire. I'm not a household name like John Cicada is, right? I'm not as big as I thought I was gonna be yet. Can I just tell you, hang in there, because your contribution is more important than you think. You showing up encourages somebody else to show up as well. You showing up lets people know it's possible. Even though you may not be as big as you think you want to be, even though things may not be going the way that you want them to go, can I just tell you, somebody is encouraged by your grind. Somebody is encouraged by your dedication, by your consistency, by your chutzpah, by that thing that makes you show up every day. They want to be like you. Do you know that there are people that are saying, literally, when I grow up, I want to be like that person. I want to have the kind of business they have. I want to kind of have the following. I want to have the kind of career that they have. There are people looking at you and saying, wow, if God could bless me with a life like that, if God could bless me to be able to go places and be able to bless other people, if he could only do that for me. So please know that there's a lot on the balance. It's not just about you. It's about so many people that are looking up to you. I can only imagine, and it makes me feel a little vulnerable about it, but in a good way. The people that have inspired me over the years. And I can only imagine if they hadn't done it. I don't even want to think about what would have happened to where if I could be what I am today, if they hadn't shown up day after day and did their thing. Like, would I be what I am today? Would I be the kind of woman that I am today? I don't know. And I'm glad that I don't have to find out. So I want you to think about younger Catherine. I want you to think about that girl that grew up reading books and daydreaming that one day she will grow up to be a writer. And today she is. And there were so many writers, so many books that I still have with me that I read and reread that inspired me, that transported me to another world, to another time, another era. And I'm thankful for them. I'm thankful that they did not give up. And now that I am on the other side, and now that I can see all that it takes, because he takes all that. Can we just be honest for a moment? It takes all that. Can I just tell you that it's worth it? That I'm so thankful that they did not give up. I'm so thankful. And I'm not going to give up, because there are people looking up to me. And I want to encourage you today, if you're thinking about giving up, if you're thinking, this is it, I'm throwing in the towel, I'm done. I want you to know you're closer than you think. You are closer than you think. God is about to unlock doors that you cannot even see. He's about to walk you into places that you cannot walk in by yourself. But the way he brings you in, I'm telling you, powerful stuff. Powerful stuff. So be encouraged today. Acknowledge that you may be feeling how you feel. That's okay. Be there for a minute, but don't stay there. Go back to the promises. Go back to the gifting. Go back to the people that have sent you messages and called you and told you, listen, I think you're amazing. I think you're a godsend. I think you're a blessing. And I think God's going to use you mightily. I believe that too. You're not alone. They're not alone in thinking that about you. I believe that God wants to use you in a mighty, 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 mighty way, and that the testimonies that are going to come from this season are incredible and endless. Incredible and endless. Please know that you're a blessing. And that not only are you gonna be blessed, but your blessing is gonna be the catalyst. It's gonna open the doors to many other people. How does that sound? Oh my God, I feel so glad. I'm so glad that I got to share this with you. I feel like I'm encouraging you. I think that I encourage myself because I'm doing big things. And sometimes the pioneers take all the arrows, but that's okay. At the end, it's a beautiful testimony. Thank you so much for listening. For those of you watching, I'm excited that I got to share this word with you today. I hope it encouraged you and reminding you of the dream and the promise and the things that God has in store for you. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast. We are now on 12 different platforms. Yes, honey. Yes, I'm excited because I know that means more kingdompreneurs can listen to this message and get it straight up, okay? No fluff, no fooling around, just the real deal, and hopefully get encouragement at the same time. So you have many choices to watch this or listen to this podcast. I am going to in the description, I'm gonna give you the link on how you can watch and get the whole transcript of this conversation, because I think you might be able to listen to this a couple times, and you might have to read it as well, because I think it will encourage you and bless you tremendously. Again, thank you so much for watching. Remember that I love you, that I'm rooting for you. I cannot wait to see you next week on the podcast. If you haven't left a review, if you haven't told me how this is encouraging you, please do me a favor. Go ahead and leave a review. I will be reading some of them live. So maybe one day you'll hear your name on the air, and I think that would be really cool. So thank you so much. I love you. I'm rooting for you. I'll see you super duper soon.